guys, and welcome to another episode of Working Money, getting your money working for you. Now, I just wanted to take a quick sec to remind you guys, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Click that little bell for new video notifications. And like the videos if you guys like the content I'm providing. And always comment on the videos. I love hearing what you guys have to say. Guys, I don't know if you know Robert Lee. He's a big supporter of the Ripple and XRP community on social media. He posted this video a while ago on one of my videos. And it was very interesting. It's Ripple's Danny Aranda speaks on the future of XRP. And there's a moderator here. And guys, I'm not going to play the video for you just for copyright reasons. But if you go to 1457 in the video, the 1457 mark, the moderator talks about the fear of banks not wanting to get into crypto because they're worried it could lead to people not needing bank accounts in the future. And I guess this is a legitimate concern for banks. You know, they're worried that Ripple could actually make the transfer of money so easy that people will not need bank accounts in the future. I don't think that this is necessarily going to happen. I think banks will continue to exist, maybe not in their current form as we know them, but banks will continue to exist for a lot of reasons. Guys, I think you should watch this video. I mean, if not the whole thing, because it is about 30 minutes long. I believe it's about, 32 minutes long. Nevertheless, it is an interesting video if you guys are fans of Ripple and XRP. But I just wanted to touch on this, because is Ripple and XRP a threat to banks? So I don't think they are a threat to banks. I can understand the bank's perspective, but Ripple wants to serve the unbanked. So poor countries, and I guess banks maybe see as this eating into their profit. However, these people are poor. They do not have access to bank accounts. The fees for them to open a bank account are too high, and they may just not have the amount of money that is needed to open a bank account. So on the one hand, Ripple is serving that client base that would never have needed a bank account or have used a bank account anyway, right? If anything, they're serving the people who would use services like Moneygram and Western Union. But guys, let's not forget, banks have already been veering away from the personal customer experience. So, and the reason why I say that is, have you guys ever been to a bank recently that has recently been renovated? I know there are a few. I know it's been happening in Europe and in Asia. When they build new banks, they're starting to design them a certain way. So guys, as you know, we remember banks as looking like this. Maybe from when we were kids, or even just 10 years ago, 5 years ago even. You know, they had tellers all lined up. You'd wait in queue, and you would go to the teller, and they'd have those fancy little pens attached to a wire in a little holder there, and you'd talk to a teller, you'd talk to a person. You would have a banking experience that was, pretty common and had been unchanged for, several decades before that. Now when you walk into a bank, and I know I went to Europe within the last couple of years, and we're starting to see banks, actually my bank, to be honest with you, the bank across the street from me, the bank that I go to, now looks like this. They completely renovated the space, and now you see plush sofas and iPads kind of kicking around if you need to check your account balance. But, basically there's one teller or one person comes out. So there's like a front desk now, and one person will come out if you need some assistance. But ultimately, the customer service experience is virtually non-existent. They can help you do small transactions. It was funny, I was reading an article from somebody who had found a $100 bill in their desk. And they just needed to make change because the cashier at the grocery store wasn't going to take the 100. So they went to one of these banks, one of the banks that looks like this, and they basically just wanted change. And the person said, "Oh, this is a cashless bank." And the guy just thought that was totally preposterous. But guys, this is the way these banks are going. If banks are really concerned about that share of the market, the unbanked, that Ripple is looking to help, if that were the case, I really don't think that they would be going in this direction. Guys, and let's not forget, banks will always exist in one way, shape, or form for people who need to borrow large sums of money. Like, as you know, throughout our lives, we need personal lines of credit, mortgages. Some people want to start new businesses, so they need a business loan. So the banks will always continue to have these types of clients. And banks, business clients especially, they need to do large transactions, sometimes domestically or internationally. And so guys, I don't think that Ripple is necessarily a threat to the banks. As we know, the customer experience is becoming less important. In the 90s or late 80s or 90s, we saw, the invention of the ATM machine, and that kind of that was kind of the beginning of the banks chipping away at the customer service experience. Now they're designing the banks like this. Anyways, what do you guys think? Do you think Ripple XRP is a threat to the banks? Or do you think that the banks have already made up their minds and the dwindling customer experience is just part of that new generation of what we're going to see in banks? Anyways, guys, please subscribe to the channel, like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. Have a great day, guys.